1C of the Chevy Cup at Seafair is brought to you by KIRO TV.com. Your source at work for breaking news, headlines, your pinpoint forecast, and more anytime.
And time to line them up for Heat 1C for the unlimited hydroplanes here at the Chevrolet Cup. The two formulaboats.com, 1 and 5, are in this race along with Miss Car Pros, and the plumbing joint boat is having a bit of a problem out there. We'll talk about that in a second as it's dead in the water. But as we watch the boats get scored up, let's go back and talk about these drivers, Chip and Mike.
Two Indiana boats, the first of these, the formulaboats.com, the U1 defending national champion. A flip in Detroit this year caused it to fade from its ability to defend.
Jeff Bernard, I think one of the great young drivers coming up here. He did a great performance in Tri-Cities. He may not win the race, but I'm looking for a great driving performance this weekend.
J. Michael Kelly, now this guy is a talented fella, and he is due. This fella drives that brand new green and yellow boat.
Brian Perkins is only his second race, but it's hard to race when you don't have a prop. I'm afraid he's dead in the water with no propeller right now.
And taking a look at the plumbing joint boat, it is dead in the water. Perhaps no prop. We'll get to that in a second. But first, Pat, you've got some business to do. One of those fast qualifiers.
Well, Jack in the Box congratulates the fastest qualifier, and it's the U5, a former Budweiser. The formulaboats.com, driven by Tacoma's Jeff Bernard. He toured the course at just under 152 miles an hour, and he's the leader for Heat 1C. And for the best in fast food anytime, stop by your nearest Jack in the Box.
The Formula Boats are going into lane 1 and lane 3, and in between will be J. Michael Kelly as he rounds that upper corner in the Car Pros and comes down here to make a start. Half the Indiana fleet is out there right now. There are 4 boats from the Indiana area, these 2 from Decatur in lane 1 and 3. And here's J. Michael Kelly leading them across, and it's a fair start. And J. Michael Kelly got himself one dandy start, but these 2 former Budweiser boats are not going to let him run away.
These 2 boats out in front, these guys are best friends. They are some of the best boat drivers in the country, and they happen to be best friends.
Off the corner, J. Michael Kelly, but inside, you see the Formula boats coming up on him. That's the 5 boat on the inside, and that's Jeff Bernard handling that boat as he comes up the back chute now, taking the inside lane. Here we have a dandy battle coming into the upper corner now as the Formula boats number 5 and J. Michael Kelly in the Car Pros are side by side at the center of the turn.
Everybody in the Seattle Outboard Association is very proud right now. Both of these guys grew up in Seattle Outboard Association driving J-Stock Hydros for kids.
Jeff Bernard down to end lap number 1, but J. Michael Kelly is going to make it a photo finish practically as they come across the line side by side. What a great opportunity for 2 old pals to hook up and go boat racing on Lake Washington.
I heard a story one Thanksgiving. They were having Thanksgiving together, and they went out, they got their outboards out, and when everybody was eating dinner, they were out racing boats on a private lake.
J. Michael might have forgotten that he had a dead-in-the-water boat in front of him because he just had to take a wide berth around the disabled plumbing joint, and that cost him some real estate, but he seems to be catching back up again.
And that's his radio man's fault. His radio man should have reminded him every lap that there's a boat there, and I think you're exactly right. He forgot it was there.
Jeff Bernard now trying to stay in command of this one. Comes off the corner in the formulaboats.com, the U5, a former Miss Budweiser hull, and J. Michael Kelly, as you can see him at the top of your screen there, giving him plenty of berth, but trying to stay alongside of him. But as they come across the line, it's the red boat and the green and yellow in hot pursuit. Now this time, J. Michael knows that disabled boat is out there, and he's going to try to make a move here.
You see him staying tighter. I think he's going to go inside now. He's going to go outside of him again, so that's really costing him a lot. I tell you what, these 2 young drivers, I think they've got more talent, natural ability than anybody I've seen in the sport in a long time. I don't think I had their natural ability when I came into the sport.
And we've got some flat-bottom guys with some tenacious abilities as well in this new crop of drivers, so it's a very healthy crop of drivers we've got. Up to the apex for the final time around. A checkered flag is going to be hanging out here on the start-finish line as Jeff Bernard comes off that corner in the formulaboats.com, the U5, and comes down to claim a victory in Heat 1C of this Chevrolet Cup at Seafair. But J. Michael really game to try to catch him at the back end of it, Pat, and he looked real strong.
Oh, that was a beautiful heat of racing between those 2 boats, and we'll look forward to seeing them tomorrow. They look great.
Jeff Bernard, great race, and you beat one of your good friends, J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, that was fun. Wow. Get a heat draw like that doesn't happen much. 13 guys got their stuff running. They made me earn first place. Everybody kept saying what an easy heat draw we had, but it wasn't that easy. Formula guys, we needed this last week, and we had a couple of heat wins, and start off this weekend's awesome. We're going to try to make that final and not run that provisional heat this year.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good luck the rest of the way.